All right, all right, all right. So we're here with Tracy, and she's a member of Hula Hoop Changed My Life on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube, and wherever else the world can handle us. And we were out here at Freedom Park this morning, hooping together. It's wonderful to be able to have um, hoop sisters virtually, but also in person. So Tracy is going to share with us how hula hoop changed her life. Um, let's talk about what you actually do. What's your how do you bless Charlotte?
My name is Tracy Jackson Moyer, and I am the owner of Physical Fitness. Oh, I'm sorry, I lost myself. I'm the owner of Second Wind Rehabilitation and Physical Fitness out in Belmont, North Carolina. And what I do is I am a mobile trainer. I travel to my clients because a lot of people are just not interested in getting in the gym too soon. And some people need that one-on-one, and that's what I'm there for.
All
an
right.
office service.
How long you been doing your that particular work?
I've been mobile. I've been training since, oh my God, forever.
Right.
But I've been mobile since 2014.
Okay. And you oh wow, now we're getting there. Okay. Okay. Is she gonna be doing that all the way? Anyway, good morning, Miss Vanessa on Facebook. So, how has hula hoop changed your adult hula hoop fitness changed your life? Tell them when you got started. How did you get introduced to
I
it?
got introduced to hula hooping during my birthday in April this year, 2019.
Okay.
A friend of mine, she invited me to your class. It was
Okay.
just something to do different
Right.
for my birthday. So we came to your class, and it was a beginner's class,
Mhm.
and I fell in love with it.
Mhm.
And the one thing that I noticed is that my core is very strong
Mhm.
because I work out every day. So I have very pronounced abdominals.
Mhm.
So a regular hoop wouldn't work for me, and I was getting frustrated until I picked up your bigger hoop.
Okay.
Now, when I
Right.
picked up your bigger hoop, I was able to keep it up,
Right.
and it had a lot of longevity in
Right.
it. And
Was that the 3 pound?
yes, that was the 3 pound hoop.
So your friend Vernita, right,
Yes.
invited you. Had you hooped before then?
I had never hooped before then.
And then I usually bring several hoops so you got a chance to try
Yes.
different ones.
Yes.
Did you start off with a lighter one?
I did. I started off with like a spaghetti, but I was like, okay, this right here, I'm gonna do this thing.
Right.
I'm gonna rock it out. I was in there looking like a wet noodle. Like I'm trying to survive in the water. Like it was hilarious.
It's funny.
That
And then you went ahead got the 3 pound.
yes, because my core is very strong. But with you, I've learned that you know how you come into hula hoop and you used to
Right.
all that motion, and yeah, hula hooping is not all of that.
Right.
That is just myth
Yeah.
that we came up with when we was little. That's how we hoop.
Right.
But being an adult, hooping has changed my life because I am that person that okay, I get up and I do 50 crunches.
Mhm.
I get up and I train the core.
Mhm.
Well, I had an injury, and my doctor was like, no. My primary care provider, she was like, you're gonna have to lay off doing crunches for a while.
Okay.
And I was like, no, that's not an option. So a better option was to get a heavier hoop.
Okay.
So when I got a heavier hoop, I didn't put the strain on my back.
Right.
It was no more of that coming up and hurting my shoulders. It was none of that.
Okay.
So I put on the hoop, and in order for me to avoid hurting myself,
Right.
I put on a waist trainer.
Right.
And with my waist trainer, it has two advantages to it. Number one, it teaches you to stay erect in your hoop.
Mm-hmm.
So you can't
Right.
bend over.
Right.
And the second thing that it does is that it actually sculpts you
Mm-hmm.
while you're training.
Right.
So that's hula hoop has completely changed my life. No more getting on the floor,
Yeah.
doing a million crunches.
Right.
So I still work out every day.
Mm-hmm.
It's just that hooping has made it easier.
Good. All right.
It's made it easier to maintain.
How did you start off as far as your routine, number of minutes, number of days? I mean, what did you find works best for you?
I started off real simple, like 10 minutes a day. Can I keep this hoop up for
Right.
10 minutes?
Just keep it up.
But it's a commitment.
Mm-hmm.
It's a commitment to your health. It's a commitment. It's not just, oh, I'm going to go play with the hoop. No, you have to understand that you're doing a core workout. Mm-hmm. And you're not going to see changes unless you're committed. Mm-hmm. And so I committed myself to doing this. And I went from 10 to 20 to 30 to 45. Mm-hmm. And now I can actually hoop up to an hour with no problem at all.
That's good. With the work that you do, with rehabilitation work, mm-hmm. you see people of different age brackets and different situations?
Yes, I do. I am also a student of anatomy and physiology. Mm-hmm. I am going into kinesiology. Mm-hmm. And the one thing that I've learned is that if we don't use it, mm-hmm. we will lose it. Mm-hmm. And especially with women. Wow. If you don't get up and start using your muscle mass, if you don't get up and start moving to keep your bones in shape, you're going to lose it. We have these things that's called osteoblast and osteoclast. Mm-hmm. You want more blast than you have class. Mm-hmm. And that
one builds up, one breaks down?
Yes. Mm-hmm. Your class breaks you down. Mm-hmm. Your blast does just that. It builds bone on top of bone. Mm-hmm. So if you don't use it, mm-hmm. you're going to lose it. Right. And that's when you see people that are like, oh, you know what, I would work out, but my knees, your knees are like that because, believe it or not, you're not using it. Mm-hmm. And so your body is beginning to break down. Right. I always say, get busy living or get busy dying. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So you got to stay moving.
Right. Let's talk about one of the areas that so I've been hooping since 2016, but my core is strong. But I got this abdomen, I got this gut. I know that a high percentage of discipline has to do with my eating. So I go up and down with it, but I'm still committed to that. As you have been doing the hooping, you introduce it to any of your clients at all?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Especially my older clients, mm-hmm. this is easier for them. Hooping is easier for them. I have clients, my oldest warrior, I call them warriors, mm-hmm. my oldest warrior, my most senior warrior, she is 72 years old.
Okay.
That's awesome. With her, she's loving hooping. Okay. I don't have to put her on the machine.
Right. Right.
And she loves hooping. Mm-hmm. And what she has done is she's mixed hooping and swimming.
Okay, yeah.
And because, to swim, it takes every muscle in your body to swim. So she loosens up with her hoop, mm-hmm. and she laps.
What are maybe 2 or 3 suggestions when it comes to those of us who have that core?
That's called a pannus. That is called a pannus.
A pannus?
Yeah, Pannus.
Uh-huh. So I do use a waist trainer. I can't remember where I ordered it. I have the link, and I think it came from China, but it zips, and I wear that. I also do the sweet sweat. I put the sweet sweat on. Tracy's gonna show you, which is is it a fat burner or just it makes you sweat?
It makes you sweat.
It's
sweat. A sculpting cream.
A sculpting cream. So I put that on first, then I put on a shirt over that, and then I put my waist trainer on. And I could tell the difference over time, how now I can do it tighter and tighter. One thing about hooping with anything around the waist, it does make you work harder because mm-hmm. the hoop isn't touching your skin as much. It's easier when you have nothing, mm-hmm. but I'm not there yet. But, I'll show pictures over time, but because I'm not shy. This here, I have this pronounced that mm-hmm. hangs, but it's getting tighter and tighter.
It's going to continue.
Eventually, I'll be able to show side by side when I've reached that point. Mm-hmm. I also understand that it's important to do weights and lifts. I haven't gotten there yet, but I do it with my 8 pound. You know, I do. You
Mhm.
know, things like
Yes.
that. And excuse me,
Behind your
I'm sorry.
back.
Let's
Lifting.
rearrange this a little
You
bit
good.
more. Let's see. So that people can see both. I got 2 devices here, y'all. Let's see. Okay. So I've learned in other groups how to, yeah,
Yeah.
doing stuff like this,
Mhm.
right? And
Yeah.
even if it's not a weighted just yet for people that's just starting, they can take their hoop and do different things.
Yes.
Okay, so
Yes.
I am interested here. There's other things I know I need to do, but what would you suggest? A couple things for me um, to help here.
Okay. With your hoop. With your hoop. You take your hoop. Now, I want you to start bringing your legs in and across. Just
Put
up
this
and
out
across.
front.
Mhm. And bring your leg up and across. Yep.
Okay.
Just like a Chicago
Ooh,
stage
yeah.
dance.
Okay.
See that?
Right.
Now, your hoop is going to help you with your
The
stability.
balance. Okay.
But what you're doing right now is you're working that core.
Okay.
You're working that core. You start working. You have lower abs right here.
Yeah.
And that's what we're going to tighten up.
So over time, I'll feel less of this pillow because I feel the pillow right here.
Yep.
I call it my lower belly jelly.
Ain't
Yeah,
nothing wrong with a
okay.
little jelly.
Right. So you got your music going. You was hooping to it, but then you can. This is a resting movement
Yep. This
too.
is a resting movement.
Because sometimes you get a little bit. You have to take a break, but you don't want to stop.
Right. You
Right.
want to stay moving.
Okay.
It's important that you keep moving.
So
Keep
this is
moving.
one.
That is one. And another one, believe it or not, just go showgirl with it.
Come in.
Just go showgirl.
So
Stay
another one.
showgirl. Because look at my abs. You're going to be engaging your abs at all times. You see that? Just go showgirl. Anything that you're doing with your abs, anything that you're doing, you're going to hold it tight and just keep it moving.
Okay. So I'm contracting.
Yep.
And keep it moving. I can do it
Contracting.
this way.
You got flexion. Hey.
And
And
I can
just
put
have
to the
fun.
side.
Put it to the side. Give it a kick. There you go. Kick it out. And that's going to loosen them legs back
Come
up
in so
because
she
we're
can
going to go
see
back
you.
into your squat.
Okay. Now we squat, right?
And now we're squatting.
Come in so she can see you. Okay.
And then you're going to go down and up. And if you want to hold it, to mold it. That's when I say go down and you hold.
Hold it.
And you hold.
Oh.
You feel it?
Yeah.
Start
my
holding
knees,
it.
I feel it.
And you're going to bring it up slowly. You got to hold it to mold it.
Okay.
That's training. And breathe. There you go. Breathe from the diaphragm. Nice cleansing breath. There you go.
I got to work on that piece. I promise I will. That's very helpful.
Awesome.
It is. But show them some things, some movements that you have incorporated. I like this one where you go around, you're doing this.
That's my around the world.
Around the world, right.
That is around the world.
Yeah.
And I like to do around the world with my 4-pound hoop. Why? Because I'm
This
a
is
little.
this is the four
This
one.
is the 4-pound.
Right. That's right. I remember that cycle.
And so I go around.
It's that grabbing in the back. Yeah, how you grab it in the back like that. That right there, I have challenge with. Probably because my behind's too big. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't have that problem. I don't have a behind.
Well, not so much that. I think too, because it's my reach. I don't know. So if I'm, let me see. Y'all don't let me stir you.
And exchange right there. Right here. There you go. That's your exchange. Bring it up, around, exchange.
See, that's it. Okay. Am I holding that right?
Up, around. Put some hands together. See that?
Yeah.
Put some hands together.
Got it.
Now slow it down.
I told y'all I won't scare y'all. I'll get it.
There you go. Keep it going. There you go. Slow it down. Control it. There you go.
I still got to work on that.
You just got to bring your arms, bring them in together.
Got to work on that. Yeah. Well, any words of encouragement for newbies coming into the group? We have Hula Hoop Changed My Life on Facebook and Instagram, but there is a private group for ladies who are participating in this challenge. I started a challenge last Monday, and it's actually 72 days till Thanksgiving. However, you can jump in anytime on a Monday, because a lot of times you're like, oh, it's already started. Oh, I'll catch y'all in spring. No, you can start every Monday, and if you need suggestions on hoops, I have that information. You can direct message me. There's suggestions. You can. The thing is you want to make sure you have, let's show them this, the right size hoop. It must reach to your belly, if no further than up here. That's an adult hoop. Don't go to the store and get a child's hoop. That's not going to work for you. More power to those that do that. But that's the first thing, is must be wide enough. Then over time, once you get to learning how to keep it up, and we're going to show them how to keep it up. So you're putting it behind the middle of your back. Start. Right? Behind the middle. Like that. Come on over, back over this. Yeah. You put it behind your back. Right? Then in the beginning, you're not even moving. You're just going to spin it. Just spin it to get used to it. I know it seems silly because you want to go ahead and do that thing you did when you was a little girl. But just do that. And then eventually, you're side by side or back and forth. And you got to stand up straight. And for ladies who are doing it now, that have been doing it for a while, I want you all to work towards keeping things steady. Because some of y'all are still kind of like this, but you want to get where you're steady. Oops. You want to be steady. Come on back over here. Right. You want to be steady. You want to be steady. And then eventually, you'll be able to move around, dance, and walk with it in time. And sometimes people might be, let's come on back over to the camera. Sometimes when you get started, you might feel intimidated or, because you see people in the group on the pages. Come on closer. And we had to work up to it. It didn't happen overnight.
Lord knows it did. And I almost wrecked my front room last night.
See, that's what happens. You get addicted to, you get addicted to it, and then you're going to want to hoop all the time. And you're going to break some stuff in your living room.
Yeah.
But that's what happens. So it's a blessing to see everybody come in. My goal is to introduce hooping to 1,000 women in Charlotte. I was hoping to do that by the end of the year. I didn't even keep track, but I've been doing it since April. So when January comes, I'm going to have a binder. I'm going to get a binder that has pages that number up to 1,000, so people can sign their first name, and they can sign what event that they came, a class or whatever, so that I can get my 1,000 going.
Yeah.
But my goal is just to introduce it to people so that people like, just like what Tracy did, she took it into her own personal life. She took it into her business. She shares with others. She doesn't wait to come to a class or meet up every week. Because, y'all know when God called me to do different things, I'm going to get y'all started, but I might be on to some other project. But don't be saying, oh, I don't do it no more because that class is not in place. No, find a partner, get up and hoop in your own house. Do it for your own benefit. That's it. And I love the group because you get to see people like yourself of different seasons of life, different shapes, different sizes, different life situations. There's no excuse. So Anything you want to say to the people?
My thing is, like I always say, get into you. Don't expect to see changes overnight, because that you didn't get to your weight overnight. It took time for you to get there. So give yourself, first of all, forgive yourself.
Oh, yeah.
Forgive yourself. And then take accountability in your life for you and your health. Take accountability.
Mm-hmm.
Then get up, get moving, and stay moving. I don't care if it's 10 minutes a day. It might not even be hooping, but if you got stairs in your house, walk up down them stairs for 10 minutes a day. Mm-hmm. Get moving. It is so important. And then secondly, stop this generational curse of how we eat.
Right. Thank you.
Stop it. Chitlins, pork. I mean, you know all of these things, but we don't do it. Right. So start eating healthier. That's a big thing for me. Like, if you have cardiovascular problems, look into teas. There are teas. Start educating yourself about yourself. Look up your blood type. Find out how you're supposed to be eating.
I know. I heard about that. How is that information? It should be on Google.
It is. You can Google it.
Eating for your blood type.
Yep, eating for your blood type.
I need to look at that.
Because a lot of people don't understand that it's your blood. Your blood carries nutrients all over your body. It feeds you. Believe it or not, you might put it in your mouth, but it's your blood that feeds the rest of the body. So if it's your blood that's carrying all your nutrients, what are you putting in your blood? What are you putting in your mouth? Mm-hmm. You want to stay, like right now we're getting ready to go into the winter. It's about germs about to be everywhere. Right. What have you done to prepare your temple to be guarded? Like right now I'm building up my immune system. Right. I did it last year. I wasn't sick. I didn't have not one sick day. Now before we started this journey, I would have twice a year I would get an upper respiratory infection, and it'd be horrible. Okay. But since I started eating right, and building up my immune system, right, it has I no longer get an upper respiratory infections.
Yeah, I'm tossing stuff around in my head as you're saying that. Learning how to eat based on your blood type. I love to eat, and I ain't gonna lie, but here's the deal. I love the results that I get when I'm doing my hooping. The first 15 pounds I lost was when I was consistent, and one of the things that I recognized was I saw it as a relationship, an intimate relationship with my body. Yes. And let me see if I get this right. And what I noticed, because first of all, my family noticed that I was losing inches just from the hooping first. Yeah, thanks. I was losing inches from the hooping first. So when I noticed that, I said, okay, my body is saying yes by releasing inches and pounds. So what am I willing to do in this relationship? So I said, okay, what I'll do is stop drinking sugary drinks. Arnold Palmer's was my favorite thing. I started doing the apple cider vinegar detox on a regular basis. I'm trying to get back to that. What I noticed about that is I wasn't as puffy when I was on that, because that helped with inflammation and flushing the toxins, the gut. After I would do my apple cider vinegar detox in the morning, then I would hoop. Then I would have a really good flowing experience, from that. And then I did it in the evening before I went to bed, and things were flowing, You know what I'm saying without getting graphic. But so I'm kind of get back on that routine. What I'm getting at is my body was saying yes by releasing inches and pounds. So I was like, you know what? Let me have a more intimate relationship with my body, and let me start saying yes and having some commitments. So I stopped drinking sugary drinks, which I've done that now again, and then eating meat I said, let me go with, I love seafood, so let me try to do the pescatarian thing. And I did that. And I'm moving back towards that. I think I'm at that again. But still, um, there's more that I need to do. The hooping has started me into wanting to do better for myself and my body. I can get up and bounce out of bed, whereas before, a few years ago, it was, yeah, I was achy, groggy, lethargic. So I have my own personal goal. I have my own personal weight number that I want to get at, and that number is between me, God, and the trees. When I reach that goal, then I'll share what I've done, how much I've lost, and all that. But it's a continuous journey. It's a lifestyle. It's not.
It's a lifestyle.
I just know too. It helped me not only with my body, but also mind and spirit, emotions.
One.
Oh my gosh, there's times where maybe there's something going on in life that causes me to be in a funk. Not often, because I don't flow with that like that anymore. I say if a funk comes about, I give myself 2 days max to be in the funk, under the covers, or cry about it, and then I'm done, because life is still going on and it's here for me. But with the hooping, that helps with the movement, because that medicine that comes from the endorphins, that inner medicine that God formed us with, release, it just makes, and you look at life so much better when you feel better, you know? So anyway, we're here to encourage, blessings to each and every one of you. Share your hooping, or share, if you're not interested in hooping, share this page out to someone else that you know. Again, we have the page, Hula Hoop Changed My Life, and then we have a private group, Hula Hoop Changed My Life Charlotte. But you don't have to be in Charlotte. That's just because I wanted to be that way. Because I'm trying to stir up the community here in Charlotte. I'd like to be able to drive around Charlotte and look in the park and see people hooping all over the place. And that's my personal vision. All right. Anything else you want to share?
Get out there, get moving. Remember, it takes 14 days for your friends to notice. It's going to take 21 days for you to notice.
Okay.
So stay with it for at least 30 days, and I guarantee you're going to see a change.
Yes.
I love you all. Remember, hashtag get into you.
Yeah. I'm still going to say hoops up. Hoops up. We're finished.